Back again with our panel of distinguished authors. This campaign started out being about Iraq. Suddenly, it wasn't about Iraq anymore. It's about the economy. I want to talk about Iraq in a minute, but Bob, the fact that we face these severe financial problems right now and this what looks like an economic downturn coming, is this going to, doesn't Obama have to set some priorities here? There are just simply going to be some things he's not going to be able to do here in the beginning, and yet you have these pressing problems.
Well, you talk about an economic downturn. I think it's really a crisis. And the movement was to save the banks and the financial system now. And what Obama has said, and I think the chief challenge he's got now, is to prevent a further decline, and then to deliver something to the middle class he talks about. Also the people who've lost jobs, lost their homes. I mean, all of this trillions of dollars in bailouts and guarantees and so forth. I mean, here just the other day, Citigroup got a guarantee of over $300 billion of troubled assets. That's half the defense budget of this country. So now the people who are on the line, who are feeling the pain, are going to have to, the coming months feel, this administration is delivering some protections and something for them in terms of jobs and keeping their homes.
And Bob, I think that you might actually be understating the problem, because look, this is a monumental economic challenge, because first of all, you have simultaneously a cyclical recession, the meltdown of the financial system, a drying up of credit happening. Nobody knows what the right answers are. Let's focus on one thing: the bank bailout, that has been passed in Congress. It still hasn't worked. You still do not have credit flowing easily around the country. You still do not have the availability of capital for all the businesses that need it. That has to, we've got to figure out how that's going to work. Then you have the problem, which the government has made all these guarantees, from the Citigroup one to deposits that you and I have. When does it stop making those guarantees? Or is the government in perpetuity going to guarantee every kind of financial instrument?
It's going to draw the line with the media. The media will get no bailout.
No bailout.
But all this, is going to require, I just wonder, Obama is going to have to spend a lot of time figuring this stuff out, working on it, and trying different things. Let's remember, we thought we were so superior to Japan, but Japan, after a couple of years of denying all its problems, it tried all this. It injected massive amounts of equity into the banking system. It spent massively on infrastructure projects, and it lowered interest rates to zero. None of it worked.
Jane, what happens to Iraq now? I mean, that's the one thing we haven't even talked about here, except just to mention it. Is it in fairly good shape now? Will George Bush leave Iraq a better place than he found it?
I think one of the smart appointments that Obama has made is to keep Gates in at the Defense Department. So whatever happens in Iraq, at least is going to be seen as some kind of continuity with the problems from before, and not a radical shift that will be kind of blamed politically on Obama. But it's still very shaky, obviously, and so I think that there's no guarantees there. I think some of you have spent more time probably covering Iraq in particular than I have. You've written a whole wonderful book on the surge.
We've got 140,000 of our fellow citizens there, and their plans and talk of small drawdowns and a long-term plan. But those people are essentially acting as a police force in an incredibly violent place. And you see the violence every day, and so when we leave, does the violence go up? Right. Do all the political problems increase?
I mean,
Big question mark.
Obama's basic point about the surge, everybody now says he was wrong about the surge. Fine, at some level it's true. But the basic point was, you need political deals on the ground that will stick to make this work, because at some point we're going to leave.
Meanwhile,
let me just ask Michael, just as a closer, we have about 30 seconds left. What do you want to hear Barack Obama say on Election Day?
Well, obviously you have to address all these questions. You got to deal with Iraq, you got to deal with Afghanistan, you got to deal with that region, the promiscuous forms of terror this salvation terror that Fareed talked about has to be addressed, but also domestically, our hopefulness and our anticipation that the American future will be brighter. And black people have dealt with cash poor, credit, and debt for a long time. To have a brother in the White House right now is a tremendous advantage right now. We can make $1 out of 15 cents.
All right. Well, I want to thank all of you. Great discussion.